Good afternoon, and thank you for joining me for another office hours training. I am Crystal Gunn, your financial strategist, small business advisor. Part that I love about being your strategist and advisor is the aha moments that you get, the aha moments that I get to see my clients have, the self discovery moments, helping you see what no longer serves you so that you can release all of that in order to thrive. All of that helps with the breakthroughs. That's where you start to shift. That's where we start to make the magic. That's where it happens, be it on your personal finances or in your overall business. And so it's Wednesday. So let's talk budget. More specifically, since it's homeownership month, let's talk about the importance of efficient and effective budget when you want to purchase a home. So, want to buy a house in the next 6 to 18 months. An efficient and effective budget will help you get ready for that purchase and will help you stay in that home until you no longer wish to live there. So it keeps you from getting put out, right? Foreclosure. So buying a house is typically the single biggest purchase you will make. So you want to make sure that you are prepared. The earlier you start to prepare, the better, right? So what's the saying? If you're already ready, you don't have to get ready. Right? You want to look at your current finances and where your money is going so that you have time to make any necessary adjustments, right? You want to pay particular attention to the expenses you have now as a renter versus the expenses that you will have as a homeowner. It's more to it than just going from renting to owning. And you need time. I can't stress that enough. It is an adjustment, right? So you may need to pay down some debt or totally pay off other debt. Looking at your budget early allows time for that so it's not a major shock to your finances when you get your new home. What are you currently paying in total monthly expenses? How might that differ when you purchase a home? Will the cost go up? Probably. So you want to make sure there's room in the budget for it, right? So if you're renting, you may not, an apartment versus a house, right? If you're renting an apartment, your utility bills may be a lot less because part of it is covered in your rental payment, right? But when you purchase that house, heat, water, electricity, all of that is now your responsibility. Is there trash removal, right? Is the homeowner's insurance is definitely going to be more than what your renter's insurance was, right? So your cost in just the house, those things that do with keeping the heat and the lights on and the roof over your head may be more when you purchase that home. So the other thing is when you're purchasing a home, right? You want to look at what's that total monthly outlay because this mortgage payment may have to be more than what you've been accustomed to in paying rent. So if you've been paying rent for at $1,100, well, now this mortgage payment might be $1,700. So there might be some other debt that you need to pay off in order to keep your total monthly expense outlay the same. But whatever it is, whatever adjustments that you need to make, you want to give yourself time to do that. Because in that process as well, you still have to save money for down payment. Even if you're getting down payment assistance, you still need money up front because that down payment assistance is going to kick in on the back end when you close. You still need money going into that process. Earnest money deposit, private inspections. You want to have money for more than one. And then you need money on the back end of that as well. And I'm talking about outside of that closing room, right? You're going to have to pay movers. You're going to have to rent, a moving truck if you're doing it yourself. So during this time that you have to do things, perhaps in order to adjust your budget, right? You still have to save some money too. So allowing yourself enough time is going to make the process less stressful for you. And you're not going to take what seems like might be a really big hit to your financial situation if you give yourself enough time to do it, right? So, what's my favorite thing for today? Household budget. Anytime I'm talking about budgeting, most importantly, it's probably going to be this because this is the foundation to having a financial system of success, an efficient and effective budget. So if you go through and you put all of your expenses and then add your income to this efficient and effective budget, the link to download it is in the description. You're going to know where all of your money is going. You're going to know where all of your money is going. The other thing that you're going to know is, am I in the hole every single month or do I have money left over every single month? Right? If you do, you want to assign that a job. And you want to be really, really intentional with your money, but you'll be able to see all of your expenses, all of your costs in one place. That if you need to make adjustments because your rent payment might be 1,100, but when you start looking at property, that mortgage might be 1,700. Okay, well, we might need to make some adjustments, but you'll be able to see it and then create a strategy to be able to do it. So go ahead and download that efficient and effective budget. Again, the description is in, um, I'm sorry, the download link is in the description. It does come with instructions, right? And so, wanting to buy a house, it is a journey, right? It is a journey and it's steps to it. And people will say, oh my God, it's so stressful buying a house. It can be. But if you start early enough and you have your ducks in a row, it winds up being less stress on that back end when you actually get into the mortgage process, right? Most of the stress comes from people having bad credit, or I'm sorry, having issues with credit, meaning their debt to income ratio is too high for the house that they want to buy, whatever, or um, they don't have enough money saved, right? Or there could be some other credit issues. So allowing yourself the time allows you to be able to make any adjustments. You may have great credit, right? Might not be the issue. Debt to income ratio might be the issue. But again, looking at and using this efficient and effective budget is going to help you be able to get ready with that. And so it's those steps that then you're taking during this process. Again, you're not waiting until, my lease is up in 2 months and now I'm going to go look, and see, can I qualify? You want to start as early in the process as you can. And using an efficient and effective budget is going to make things easier and it's going to be able to give you some direction because you can see it on paper where you might need to change and what you might need to do. Plus, again, you need to save some money. So if you know where all of your money is going, that efficient and effective budget allows you to be intentional with that. So again, taking the small steps, but having the time to do it. So what are your next steps? Download the household budget. Download the household budget worksheet. Go back and watch the previous episodes on budgeting. I talk about it and walk you through that entire process. Download it and absolutely positively complete it, right? And then look at what do you need to edit to ensure that you're in good position to purchase your new home. Again, you might need to pay some things off. You might need to say, you know what? I know I need to save more money. I need to stop hanging out and doing this shopping because what's most important to me is buying this house as opposed to buying more, gym shoes, or purses, right? So what do you need to edit to ensure you're in a good position to purchase your new home? And then start to make the edits today. Like, don't wait. Start to make the edits today. Some things can be gradual, right? But start to make the edits today. When people ask me, um, well, how much will I need for down payment and closing costs, right? And I said, okay, if you look anywhere between 6 and 7% of whatever the purchase price is, if you have that, you're in good shape, right? Because you may or may not be able to get down payment assistance, right? And so if you know that, right? If you know the area that you live in or that you want to live in, purchase prices are $250,000, multiply that by 6.5 to 7%. And that's going to give you a good figure to start with trying to reach so that you have down payment and closing costs. Yes, you might get down payment assistance, but what if it's gone? What if the grants are used up? What if it's not available? Yes, you might be able to get, you know, some seller paid concessions. You might, but what if you can't? Right? And it's better to have the money saved, even if it's more, than to not have it and need it. Right? So start to make the edits today. And again, if you need help, schedule a financial checkup with me. We can do this. We can walk through that process. I also do something called Mac Ready, right? Where we can schedule a session. That checkup can be a session to put the plan together. Make sure your debt to income ratio is in line, right? Make sure your credit is in line and create a strategy in order to help you get to where you need to be. Had a client that just did a strategy and it's just a one-time strategy. And she just needed to pay down some credit card debt because she couldn't qualify today anyway. I mean, her scores were where she could qualify for a couple programs, but 2 years out of bankruptcy or 2 years from the discharge date of her Chapter 7 bankruptcy would be um, July 29th. So she couldn't qualify for a mortgage today. So on July 30th, she can go apply for a mortgage and get pre-approval, right? But in the meantime, pay down some of this credit card debt. I mean, her debt to income ratio was still good even with the credit card debt, but paying down that credit card debt was going to shoot her score up. The other thing that was part of her strategy was you need to save some more money. She's not saving any money. She's not saving any money because everybody in her family is relying on her for money. Oh, grandma, can I have some money? Oh, auntie, can I have some money? I said, you got to stop. Or her kids. You got to stop, her very grown kids, because this is someone who is retired and getting Social Security and pension, right? So I said, you have to start telling them no, because you need to put some money aside for savings. You just don't know what's going to happen come July 30th, what the down payment situation is going to be like. So you want to be prepared. Plus, you got to have that money for moving as well. So start to make the edits today. Again, if you need some help, schedule a checkup with me. We can create a strategy based off your current credit, your debt to income ratio, and whatever else needs to go into you making sure that you can get into the property that you want, that you can buy the house that you want. So if this information has been helpful, make it a point to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn notifications on. Drop any comments that you have in there as well. If you're in need of personal or business strategy, let's talk about it. The scheduling links are in the consultation. Stop being your gatekeeper to your own success. Right? Get the help that you need to get the results that you desire, right? So, as always, I thank you for joining. Remember, give yourself some grace. You don't know what you don't know. Whatever's happened in the past has happened in the past. Leave it back there, right? Give yourself some grace. Keep striving for your next level of success. Keep striving for the things in life that you want. Never, ever, ever give up on you, and always invest in you. It is the best investment that you will make. I promise you. You will not regret investing in you. Thank you so much for joining me today. And until next time, I will see you later. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. Be sure to join me for the private online Q&A immediately following. The link is in the description. And if you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn notifications on so you never miss this opportunity. Thank you again, and I will see you on the other side.